In the Siege of Mainz, from the 14th of April to the 23rd of July 1793, a coalition of Prussia, Austria, and other German states besieged and captured Mainz from revolutionary French forces. The Allies, especially the Prussians, first tried negotiations, but this failed, and the bombardment of the city began on the night of the 17th of June. Within the town, the siege and bombardment led to stress between citizens, municipality and the French War Council, governing since the 2nd of April. The city administration was displaced on the 13th of July. This increased the stubbornness of the remaining population, since a relief army was missing. The War Council was forced to take up negotiations with the Allied forces on the 17th of July. The remaining soldiers capitulated on the 23rd of July. Nearly 19,000 French troops surrendered at the end of the siege, but were allowed to return to France if they promised not to fight against the Allies for 1 year. Consequently, they were used to fight French royalists in the Vendée region of France. They left the town singing La Marseillaise. The Republic of Mainz, the first democratic state on the later German territory, was subsequently dissolved. Mainz received a Prussian commander to administer the city. The bombardment had left devastating traces in the townscape. Some civil buildings and aristocratic palaces like the Comedy House, the Electoral Pleasure Palace favorite, the House of the Cathedral Provost, Liebfrauen and the Church of Society of Jesus had been destroyed, as well as St. Crucis, the Benedictine Abbey Street, Jacob on the Citadel and the remains of St. Albans Abbey. The cathedral had been heavily damaged. The biggest impact of the occupation and siege was that the city's part in the old imperial electoral structure finally came to their end. Thus the events of the year 1793 also marked the end of Aurea Moguntia, the Latin nickname for the city. Golden Mainz. The city lost its status as the electoral residence. The shelling of Mainz was widely discussed in Europe. Many people gathered round the town in order to view the siege. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe assisted Duke Karl August of Saxe-Weimar during the siege and wrote a famous book about it. Related people: Friedrich Wilhelm Friar von Bülow, Karl von Clausewitz, Prince Louis Ferdinand of Prussia, Heinrich von Kleist, Heinrich Menu von Minutoli, Karl Ludwig von Lecoq, Andreas Joseph Hoffmann, Antoine Christophe Merlin, Jean-Baptiste Lecoq Ber, François Christophe Kellerman, Jean-Baptiste Musnier, Louis Barragán de Liers, Claude Pierre Pajal, Jean-Ambroise Baston de la Riboisière, Adam Gottlob Detlef Moltke, Wiki Moltke.